What is up, everyone? This is the SMT Sneed Mobile Tech, and you are now watching Technoid. Enjoy the show.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Michael here. Welcome back to Technoid. Hope you all having an excellent day. Now, guys, today's episode is going to be very, very long. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be 20 minutes or 10 minutes long, but it may be around 12 to 15 minutes, so I definitely hope you guys can stay for the whole episode. We got a lot to unpack, a lot to talk about, but before I start the video, I just want to give a quick thank you to Sam, the SMT. He has been one of my closest friends, and he made that intro as you saw. I encourage you guys to please check him out. Great YouTuber, great channel, great content. Definitely check him out. But without further ado, let's get it going. So story number one, let's kick it up, Apple. Now today I'm gonna have to break it down by section, and I'm gonna try my best to speed it up so you don't have to sit here and watch me blab. But if the video feels too long for you, I will leave timestamps where you can get to your part you want to hear about in the video today. Now let's start it up with the bad news. Now before we talk anything good, we always have to get the bad stuff out of the way. Now we do have some good news coming, and the bad news does revolve around the situation happening right now in the real world, and I think you know what I'm talking about. But thankfully we do have some good news. So as you know, most companies are helping the medical field in terms of work masks to help prevent them from getting sick and also coming into contact with patients having a certain sickness. I still can't say it because YouTube, and you get the gist. But a good news, Apple has decided to come out and help in their efforts to help the medical team in their shortage of masks to help produce more for them every day. Now, in a tweet by Tim Cook, Tim basically explains, little old Timmy says that he will help with the help of Apple. They're going to be producing almost 1 million masks a week, almost 20,000 masks help to be supplied to the medical practice, whatever you want to call it. And I think that's a very honorable thing. And I think, honestly, a lot of people that watch my channel are a lot of Android users, and a lot of you guys do not like Apple. I would say in this instance, I would take your hatred of Apple and put it on hold for just 2 minutes, because I really feel what Apple's doing right now is something that's not only benefiting you, but it's benefiting the medical practices. They're benefiting people because they're helping them get the supplies that they need and in a time that they desperately need it. So I think we should all just put Apple's hate and stuff on hold for just 2 seconds in this situation and just be thankful that they're one of the few companies that are stepping up and doing things to help. So I give respect to Apple in that response, and to Tim Cook, thank you for your generosity to help the medical practices, to the first responders, and I also do give a thank you to all that are helping in this situation right now. Without you guys being there on the line to help people and help them get out fast, I do definitely think you guys are the real MVPs of this story. So let's move away from this now. Let's talk to the main thing of the story, iOS 14. Now, iOS 14 is being shaped out to be one of the most unique-ish kind of releases. It's hard to explain. It's a little weird to explain, but it might be in a good way. So, according to the news, and apparently from another tweet, most of these sources are coming from tweets. I'm starting to notice a pattern. So the good news is, iOS 14 is going to allow you from a certain tweet. Now the links will be in the description. It looks like in iOS 14 you will be able to customize wallpapers and customize your experience. Now you're probably saying to yourself, it is a little bit early to cover this and talk about that. Well, we're only 2 months away generally, from April to May, then to June. So I think it's fair to say that, but also I reported a few months earlier that Apple was considering opening up iOS 13 to third-party apps and letting them be default browsers and default music players, everything. So this news line of being able to customize is online with everything that we're hearing, and I honestly think that iOS 14 is going to be the most customizable experience that iOS users are going to see in a while, because if you look at iOS in the current status now, it is mostly closed-ended. Apple has a say on everything. They are a little bit more lenient when it comes to certain things, but this is the most customizable that I've seen Apple in a while. And if the reports are true that they are going to open it up to the third-party users and that they are going to let users customize the experience, starting with wallpapers, app sizes, whatever, I think that that is a great step for Apple, and it definitely gives the users more usability when it comes to using the platform. But of course, we're gonna have to wait and see and hopefully hold out. Now, if you were hoping for some iPhone news, my man John from Front Page Tech has got that covered. And John, if you're watching today's episode, which you've told me you've been watching, and I really, really appreciate that you tune in every day. But if you're watching, I want to say your video today was excellent, which I encourage you guys to check that out as well. But literally after John, you made that video, this zucchini cut looking man from Phone Arena. Now, I'm not trying to diss, but this man literally comes out and posts an article, and it all makes sense why you can never have accurate news on the news media. So, John, I don't know how you do it, but I give you so much respect in that area. But thank you for keeping us informed. And if you want your iPhone daily news, head over to Front Page Tech. That stuff's got you covered. I'm here to cover the underground. I'm coming straight from the underground. All right, you know what? Let's keep moving. All right, next story. Let's move over to Android. Now, Android 11. Now, you guys know that we were supposed to see Android 11 in the event from Google I/O, but unfortunately, that event never really panned out, and the foray has been put on hold. But thankfully, there have been some circulation going around about Android 11, and the newest rumor on the windmill is that apparently you will be able to stop people from looking at, letting people spy on you from your camera and microphone? Interesting. So in the report, it basically explains that Google is going to work on a security feature for most consumers on their Android, which will allow you with just how you can do with your locations, allow for in-app location search, either when you're using the app or never. They will do the same thing with microphone and camera spying. Now, on the one hand, I want to believe that they are doing this and they do look out for the consumer, but after so many reports of Google spying and taking people's data, I have a hard time buying the privacy and security that we have on our smartphones. I understand that is a big issue, but I don't really think that this is going to do anything because they're going to keep spying, so there's no point in trying to convince people that you're working on a feature that clearly is not going to keep you safe. Although I appreciate the effort, I just don't believe it. So you're gonna have to be the judge and jury, you the viewer, you're gonna have to judge it for yourself if you think that security and that extra precaution is necessary. Anyway, keeping up with Android on the Google side, let's talk Google Pixel Bud 2. Now, the Google Pixel Bud 2 are reportedly supposed to be coming anytime soon. They were supposed to come out in the spring. They retail for $179, big whoop. But we haven't heard really much about it. It has been going through its customs and checks. Basically what I mean, it's the certificates and everything just to get approved and everything that it has to go through regulations. Well, there was a temporary page up and it was taken down, but it was a page that showed that you can purchase and pre-order and giving us a little bit more information about the earbuds. I've already said everything you need to know about it, and I think Google has at their press conference, so I'm not gonna reiterate what the site says, but I would urge Google, if they really are set on releasing this thing, hopefully in the summertime, maybe before September, I would advise them to remove the temporary ban or whatever of people talking about it, putting pre-orders. Just get the pre-orders in, have a secure lockdown date for maybe June or July. That's where I'm hoping. And honestly, release the headphones. Because the Pixel Bud 2s do look like a very strong competitor to the Galaxy Bud Plus, the AirPod Pros, but we're gonna have to wait and see. And I really do have a hard time buying that the Google Pixel Buds are hard to release because Google's been working on these for a while. What you gonna do? So that's it for the Android. Now let's talk something that I never really talk about on this channel, and you know what? I think they deserve my attention. Let's talk about Bose. Now, if you don't know Bose, you're living under a rock, my friend. Bose is one of the best speaker sound manufacturer on the market, from Sony, JBL. Bose is one of the biggest players out there. Well, there have been a lot of reports, people saying that Bose has been bricking their headphones, the older QC35-2s, saying that the noise canceller has gone down and the experience of the headphones have really gone to shambles in favor of buying the newest ones, the NC700s, I believe they're called. Apparently, there have been reports saying that they're doing it intentionally. Well, thankfully, Bose came out and is saying that that is completely false. They are not doing this, and they did it in a pretty harsh way, but not in a harsh way. But they came out and basically refuted these claims, saying that they're not bricking the headphones, that it's just normal, natural that these headphones wear down. Now listen, Bose, I understand if you want to make a message, but you gotta really sell me on this, because there have been users that bought a brand new pair of the Bose QC35-2s, and they updated the firmware, brand new, fresh out of the box, and the noise canceller did go down. So either your firmware is brick, or maybe you are bricking the headphones, but one thing's for sure, you can't use the whole old wear and tear unless you really had them for 2 years plus, whenever they came out. Because to say that these headphones are having issues because of their age, when somebody can buy them fresh out the box, never been used and updated and see issues, that's something hard you're gonna have to sell me on. And I'm sorry, but you're just gonna have to sell me. I don't buy it. And last story up, before I get out of here, let's finish off. I did not mention this in the Apple section of this video, but let's finish it up with Siri. Now, Apple is working, as you know, very, very rigorous to work on Siri, trying to get Siri down to the best that they can. Well, good news, they have acquired yet another voice assistant crap from wherever they call. They've acquired an AI startup called Voices. Basically, it makes it so much easier and faster with their voice commands. Apple has acquired them to help make Siri more reliable and everything. Now listen, Apple has been doing a lot to try to get Siri to where Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa are. I really understand where Apple's going, but I have a hard time really buying Apple's Siri improvements because they're so minimal. You can make Siri sound the best and natural, but if she can't perform and do some of the things that Alexa and Google can do, and also I'm sorry if I set off anybody's you know what. But the point that I'm trying to make is that Apple can try all they want, but unless they really nail down what Google and Lexi have been able to do, I don't know if these improvements are going to be big and substantial. But on a daily use of Siri, Siri is just fine. It does the task well, and their speech text has gotten a lot better when understanding command prompts, so I'll give it that. But I do hope Apple does work on this, and that'll probably be another iOS 14 feature, more improvements on Siri. What else is new? And that's it for today's episode of Technoid. So guys, again, this was a long episode. I really hope you were able to stay through it. But if you were not able to, I will leave the timestamps down. And again, all the news and articles will be in the description if you want more details. And that's it for today's episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, hit that like button. If you disliked the video, hit the dislike button. That helps circulate the videos as well. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have an excellent day, and peace!